President Trump already headed to Pennsylvania, wading into that special election. Will President Trump help or hurt GOP candidates in the midterm elections?
Well, I think as much as we can make sure we stay focused on the tax bill, the positive impact that it's having on everyone in this country, that's going to make the biggest difference in this election as people see the results of the Republican majority in the House and the Senate and the leadership of President Trump in making it happen. We've already had over 2 million Americans that have seen bonuses or increased paychecks. Next month, 90% of Americans are on track to see bigger paychecks as their take-home pay is increased because of the new withholdings from the federal government. We're seeing businesses that are expanding, that are knocking down those walls and hiring more people and getting our economy growing in ways that we want to just keep this going because it's bigger paychecks and it's more opportunity for everyone.
Representative, how good a job is the Republican Party doing at getting that word out? The word you just gave us, because if you poll people nationwide, they're still not all that enthusiastic about the tax overhaul. So what's the failure there?
Well, we need all of you to highlight some of these stories because there's so many stories in all across the country, in every corner of this country, whether it's individuals that are, the employee at Walmart that is excited about a bigger paycheck that I recently met, or businesses, major businesses in this company that are increasing, giving bonuses or expanding, talking about in major investments in America. That is really exciting, and we need more people to cover that and tell this story. I am confident that as this continues to be implemented, that we're only going to hear more of these stories, and then that's going to be the best way that we win hearts and minds on it.
Congresswoman, you're headed to the GOP retreat on January 31st to set your 2018 priorities. We are now seeing some discrepancy between what the House seems to want, what the Senate and the White House seems to want. Speaker Ryan talking about welfare reform, but not really seeing that appetite with Senate Majority Leader McConnell or President Trump. Will we see two divergent agendas for the GOP this year?
Well, first, as the chair of the Republican conference, I get to help organize this retreat. It's been a pleasure to work with Senator John Thune as my counterpart in the Senate, bringing the House and Senate Republicans together. I think it's very important that we do come together and talk about 2018 and our priorities. Part of the success of the Tax Cuts and Jobs bill was that we agreed on an outline. The House, the Senate, and the White House agreed on an outline to address tax reform. And that is part of the goal of the retreat, is to get us on the same page. So whether it is addressing the skills gap, workforce development, infrastructure, all of it is building upon the success of the tax bill, that it's important that we get on the same page. And that's part of the purpose of the retreat.
So, Congresswoman, we're talking about bringing people together. How difficult is it going to be to bring together enough people up there on Capitol Hill so we don't shut down the government come midnight tomorrow? I mean, it seems, to us at least, very confusing at this point. We're not sure who's where. It seems everyone's disagreeing with everyone.
I'm confident that we will have the votes in the House on a funding bill, a short-term funding bill that includes the extension of CHIP, the Children's Health Insurance Program, as well as the lifting of some of the health insurance taxes that will help bring down health care premiums, whether it's the health insurance tax, the Cadillac tax. That's all part of what's in the works right now, and we will be voting on that later on today.